Hi there. Welcome to the Proverbs series. We've been reading the book of Proverbs, about 2 chapters per episode. Today, we continue with Proverbs chapters 18 and 19. Check out the previous episodes. I will be reading from the World English Bible, but feel free to follow along in whatever Bible version you prefer. The World English Bible sometimes refers to God as Yahweh. Proverbs chapter 18. A man who isolates himself pursues selfishness and defies all sound judgment. A fool has no delight in understanding, but only in revealing his own opinion. When wickedness comes, contempt also comes, and with shame comes disgrace. The words of a man's mouth are like deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is like a flowing brook. To be partial to the faces of the wicked is not good, nor to deprive the innocent of justice. A fool's lips come into strife, and his mouth invites beatings. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are a snare to his soul. The words of a gossip are like dainty morsels. They go down into a person's innermost parts. One who is slack in his work is brother to him who is a master of destruction. Yahweh's name is a strong tower. The righteous run to him and are safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, like an unscalable wall in his own imagination. Before destruction, the heart of man is proud, but before honor is humility. He who answers before he hears, that is folly and shame to him. A man's spirit will sustain him in sickness, but a crushed spirit, who can bear? The heart of the discerning gets knowledge. The ear of the wise seeks knowledge. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. He who pleads his cause first seems right, until another comes and questions him. The Lord settles disputes and keeps strong ones apart. A brother offended is more difficult than a fortified city. Disputes are like the bars of a fortress. A man's stomach is filled with the fruit of his mouth. With the harvest of his lips, he is satisfied. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Those who love it will eat its fruit. Whoever finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from Yahweh. The poor plead for mercy, but the rich answer harshly. A man of many companions may be ruined, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Proverbs chapter 19. Better is the poor who walks in his integrity than he who is perverse in his lips and is a fool. It isn't good to have zeal without knowledge, nor being hasty with one's feet and missing the way. The foolish man of man subverts his way. His heart rages against Yahweh. Wealth adds many friends, but the poor is separated from his friend. A false witness shall not be unpunished. He who pours out lies shall not go free. Many will entreat the favor of a ruler, and everyone is a friend to a man who gives gifts. All the relatives of the poor shun him. How much more do his friends avoid him? He pursues them with pleas, but they are gone. He who gets wisdom loves his own soul. He who keeps understanding shall find good. A false witness shall not be unpunished. He who utters lies shall perish. Delicate living is not appropriate for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. The discretion of a man makes him slow to anger. It is his glory to overlook an offense. The king's wrath is like the roaring of a lion, but his favor is like dew on the grass. A foolish son is the calamity of his father. A wife's quarrels are a continental dripping. House and riches are an inheritance from fathers, but a prudent wife is from Yahweh. Slothfulness casts into a deep sleep. The idle soul shall suffer hunger. He who keeps the commandment keeps his soul, but he who is contemptuous in his ways shall die. He who has pity on the poor lends to Yahweh. He will reward him. Discipline your son, for there is hope. Don't be a willing party to his death. A hot-tempered man must pay the penalty. For if you rescue him, you must do it again. Listen to counsel and receive instruction, that you may be wise in your latter end. There are many plans in a man's heart, but Yahweh's counsel will prevail. That which makes a man to be desired is his kindness. A poor man is better than a liar. The fear of Yahweh leads to life, then contentment. He rests and he will not be touched by trouble. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish. He will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Flog a scoffer, and the simple will learn prudence. Rebuke one who has understanding, and he will gain knowledge. He who robs his father and drives away his mother is a son who causes shame and brings reproach. If you stop listening to instruction, my son, you will stray from the words of knowledge. A corrupt witness mocks justice, and the mouth of the wicked gulps down iniquity. Penalties are prepared for scoffers, and beatings for the backs of fools. There are 5 lessons that I have picked from Proverbs chapters 16 and 17. This by no means is an exhaustive list, but I would like to share them with you. 1. The power of words. This lesson carries on from the previous chapters, so I will not dwell on it. Check out the other videos I've done in the Proverbs series. I'll give an example or two of verses that show the power of words. Proverbs 18:21 says that death and life are in the power of the tongue. Those who love it will eat its fruit. This simply shows that our words have the ability to breathe life into our dreams, aspirations, and relationships. Conversely, they can also extinguish hope and create discord. When we realize the weight our words carry, we become more conscious of how we choose to use them. Another example is Proverbs 19:22, which says, "That which makes a man to be desired is his kindness. A poor man is better than a liar." This shows that it's not only what we say, but also how we say it that matters. When spoken with love and compassion, even difficult truths can be received more positively than when delivered harshly or deceitfully. This underscores the importance of using our words in a way that conveys sincerity and genuine care for others. 2. Seeking advice and counsel. In Proverbs chapter 18, we are reminded of the importance of seeking advice and counsel from others. The wise understand that they do not have all the answers, and that wisdom can be found in the collective knowledge and experience of others. This chapter encourages us to seek out others who can offer guidance, as their insight can help us make better decisions and avoid folly. One key aspect emphasized in this chapter is the need to listen actively when seeking advice. It's not enough to simply ask for guidance. We must also be attentive and open-minded to receive it. By truly listening to others, we show respect for their wisdom and demonstrate our willingness to learn from them. In doing so, we allow ourselves the opportunity for growth and transformation. Moving on to Proverbs chapter 19, we find further affirmation of seeking counsel, but with a cautionary note regarding its source. The passage emphasizes that it is better to seek wise counsel than follow the advice of fools or those who lack understanding. We should be discerning in selecting our advisors, ensuring that their values align with ours and that they possess knowledge relevant to our situation. Ultimately, surrounding ourselves with wise counselors helps us navigate life's challenges more effectively. By humbly seeking counsel from those wiser than ourselves, we recognize our limitations while also embracing opportunities for growth and improvement. Actively listening enables us to tap into the wealth of wisdom around us, making more informed decisions along life's journey. 3. The dangers of pride and arrogance. In Proverbs chapters 18 and 19, there is a consistent warning against the dangers of pride and arrogance. As humans, It is natural for us to desire recognition and praise, but when this thirst for validation turns into pride, it can have devastating consequences. Pride blinds us to our own flaws and prevents growth. It creates a barrier between us and those around us, inhibiting genuine connections and fostering a sense of superiority that ultimately isolates us from others. Arrogance also leads to complacency. When we become too self-assured in our abilities or knowledge, we stop seeking out new experiences or learning opportunities. We convince ourselves that we have nothing left to learn because we are already at the top of our game. However, this attitude only hinders personal growth and limits our potential. True wisdom lies in the ability to recognize that there is always more to learn and room for improvement. 4. Honesty and integrity in relationships. Like previous chapters, Proverbs chapters 18 and 19 highlight the importance of honesty and integrity in relationships. Maintaining honesty and integrity requires constant self-reflection and growth. It demands courage to confront our own shortcomings honestly while cultivating healthy accountability within our relationships. By being transparent with ourselves and others about where we have fallen short or made mistakes, we create opportunities for growth. This vulnerability fosters deeper connections within our relationships as it shows a genuine desire for improvement. 5. The importance of discipline and correction. Discipline and correction can often have negative connotations as they are commonly associated with punishment. However, when viewed through the lens of Proverbs chapters 18 and 19, a different perspective emerges. These passages emphasize the importance of discipline in shaping our character and guiding us towards wisdom. Proverbs 18:19 states that a brother offended is more difficult than a fortified city. Disputes are like bars of a fortress. This highlights the necessity of correction in maintaining healthy relationships. When we correct someone out of love and concern for their well-being, it demonstrates our commitment to their growth and development. Furthermore, correction helps us recognize our own shortcomings and enables us to make amends. By embracing discipline as an opportunity for personal improvement, instead of viewing it as a form of punishment, we can foster greater understanding and connection within our communities. Proverbs 19:25 states that flog a scoffer, and the simple will learn prudence. Rebuke one who has understanding, and he will gain knowledge. Correction serves as a valuable tool for learning from our mistakes and acquiring knowledge. It teaches us important life lessons that enable personal growth and transformation. Without discipline or correction, we may remain stagnant in our behaviors or perpetuate harmful patterns without even realizing it. Therefore, recognizing the significance of disciplined guidance allows us to develop into wise people capable of making sound decisions. Discipline is not merely about punishment, but rather about guidance towards self-improvement and wisdom. It helps maintain healthy relationships by allowing open communication through constructive criticism. We will continue from Proverbs chapter 20 in the next episode. God bless you. Bye.